So at the People's Conference for Palestine in Michigan, yes, there is such a thing, ladies and gentlemen. I already made one video about, well, a reaction to a woman that was wishing for the termination of Israelis. That one was quite concerning because these people are in America, ladies and gentlemen, and they're spreading their message quite far and quite wide. And there's lots of hatred towards Jewish people. And, well, what do you expect from the People's Conference for Palestine in Michigan, of all places, which Michigan, if you weren't already aware, is heavily Islamic. So great place to do the People's Conference of Palestine in Michigan. So this speaker openly calls for the murder of all Jewish people. He threatens it, in fact. He calls for the annihilation of all Jewish people. And, well, I want to show you this clip first, because if Tucker Carlson seemed to think that Hamas is not an actual terrorist organization, it's not full of a bunch of jihadis. If Tucker seemed to think that they're not actually bad, then, hey, Tucker, what's this? What's this person, right? I'll show you. Let me do this. Let me show you the clip of the speaker at the People's Conference of Palestine talking about wanting to murder all the Jews. And then I'll show you Tucker Carlson. Have a watch of this.
We all know who they are, whether they are in Israel, Tel Aviv, in Washington, in Germany, in Europe. We all know them. We all know them. They need to be locked up. They need to be taken out. They need to be neutralized to save children, to save children, to save the humanity. We need to act now. Speaking up alone is not enough. It's two years old. We have been speaking up for 2 years. Now it's time to escalate and to act and to get the murderers out. Save the children.
Yes, it's not enough to speak up. It's already bad that you are wishing and calling for the open annihilation of the Jewish people. For what, ladies and gentlemen? For the children. Got to do it for the children that are apparently being knocked out by not Hamas, but it's Israel. Not being used by Hamas as cannon fodder. No, it's all Israel's fault. We need to stand up and we need to annihilate all the Jewish people, ladies and gentlemen, according to this speaker. And this is the kind of stuff that Tucker Carlson needs to be made aware of, because he said this.
No one can plausibly claim that a Christian family are in Hamas. Okay, so like what, tell me, you can't claim that they're in Hamas while simultaneously claiming that Hamas is a group of jihadis. They're Islamic extremists, which they also claim constantly, which I don't know if that's true, by the way. It seems more like a political organization, but whatever it is, they're telling us constantly they're Al-Qaeda. So it can't also be true that Christians are a member of Al-Qaeda. Sorry.
Yeah.
So then we know they're not in Hamas. So why did they get killed? Why was their church?
Hang on a minute. So Tucker Carlson says that he's not even sure that Hamas is actually a radical jihadi organization or that they're a terrorist organization. No, he seems to think they're more like a political organization. So, right, the Free Palestine movement, the same Free Palestine movement that seem to think that Hamas is a resistance group, those people, according to Tucker Carlson, they're fine. They're just a political movement that are wishing death upon the Jewish people. Okay. And apparently you can't claim that Hamas is a terrorist organization without also going, well, simultaneously Israelis killed Christians in Gaza, or that Christians in Gaza, which is very interesting to me, that there are Christians in Gaza considering they're surrounded by terrorists. But anyway, we can't claim that those Christians are actually jihadis too. That's according to Tucker Carlson. Man, the lengths that guy goes to spread not only lies, but disingenuous falsehoods and like actual hatred. It's truly signaling to me that he's being paid to do this. Because why else would you do it? That makes no sense to me. Everything that he said, he knows that the Hamas charter, in it is the annihilation of all Jews. That is their directive. And they have been labeled by many countries as a known terrorist organization that committed the most heinous atrocity on October 7th. And Tucker Carlson is now going, it's just a political organization, guys. So these people at the People's Conference in Palestine in Michigan, they're just a political organization that are calling for the annihilation of all Jews. Just a political organization, guys. Nothing to worry about, nothing to see here. I mean, this makes me actually angry. Abigail Schreier goes, this Michigan conference featured Tlaib, a Democrat congresswoman. Participants discussed ending the lives of politicians, murdering Jews globally, and sabotaging America's strategic aerospace supply chain. Almost no right-wing influencers covered it. Quiet as mice they were. Why? Except for a few. Charlie Kirk, Laura Loomer, Dinesh D'Souza, and thank you to Senator Tom Cotton for doing something about this. Interesting, isn't it? Why doesn't Candy, Tucker, why don't the main ones open their mouths? Why is it always got to be small fry Jay that sees this and goes, this is wrong, time to call it out? No, now Tucker on his show is openly now saying and trying to change history, trying to change what this horrible organization is really about. Tucker, watch the videos. Are you that dumb and that stupid? You probably are. I think the demon that attacked you is working wonders through you. To me, my goodness, you want to try and change the narrative now because lots of people on the right, as it would seem, follow you. And now you want to say that Hamas is a political organization. How disgusting. Meanwhile, at the People's Conference, you got some woman calling for a global intifada. They're going to globalize it. They're openly calling for death and destruction in your own country, Tucker Carlson. But yet here you are defending them. Here you are defending people that actually espouse terrorism. Oh, recently you also started siding with Islam, saying that Sharia is not bad. We need it actually in America. Right. See, when these sorts of people start doing this, you start worrying big time. Their values have changed, my friends. Not for the better, I'll have you know. Because if their values were still aligned with Judeo-Christian values, they wouldn't be siding with terrorism, would they? They wouldn't be saying that Hamas is actually a political organization. And they wouldn't be defending the Free Palestine movement, which is actually a terrorist organization, if you ask me, because they're openly calling for the eradication of the Jews and threatening it as well. Hello? They're telling us exactly who they are and who's listening. Oh, little Jay with not even 100,000 subscribers yet versus Tucker Carlson with millions of followers. Sure, I'm a nobody at the moment, but I think one day this show is going to be something. And hopefully, Lord willing, it does some good on a much bigger scale. Because I am sick and tired of lies and these podcasters that say things that aren't true, and it does a lot of harm. to Jews everywhere. Man, if only we started telling the truth. If only. What good that could achieve in the world. But unfortunately, we got to deal with woke dingbats that hate the truth. And yes, I'm talking about woke dingbats on the right as well. Anyway, that's enough from me, but you guys take care, be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.